The Battle of Cocherel, fought on April 16, 1364, was a significant victory for the French during the 100 Years' War, and it marked the rise of Bertrand du Guesclin, one of France's most renowned military leaders. The battle was pivotal in the struggle for control of France, particularly in the region of Normandy and Brittany, where French and English-backed factions were vying for power. Background: the Breton Crisis and the rise of du Guesclin. The Breton War of Succession, 1341 to 1364, a key conflict within the 100 Years' War, had seen competing factions in Brittany fighting for control of the duchy. The conflict had long been entangled with the larger struggle between England and France, with the English supporting John de Montfort, while the French backed Charles of Blois. By 1364, the English-backed Montforts appeared to be gaining the upper hand in Brittany, leading to growing tensions in the region. At the same time, Charles V of France was attempting to reassert control over territories in France that had been lost to the English earlier in the war. He appointed Bertrand du Guesclin, a brilliant military commander, to lead French forces and restore French fortunes. The Battle of Cocherel. The Battle of Cocherel occurred during a pivotal moment in the Breton War. Charles de Blois, who had been leading the French faction in Brittany, sought to gain the upper hand by launching an attack on the Montfort forces. Du Guesclin, who had recently been appointed as a leader of the French forces, was entrusted with the command of the French army. The French forces were led by Bertrand du Guesclin, while the English-backed Montfort faction was commanded by Sir Robert de Clifford. The French army numbered about 4,000 to 6,000 soldiers, including knights, infantry, and archers, while the Montfort forces were slightly larger. The battle. Du Guesclin's tactical brilliance became evident at Cocherel, where he deployed his forces with precision. The French used the terrain to their advantage, positioning themselves on high ground near a river. Du Guesclin's forces ambushed the Montfort cavalry, who were attempting to advance, and engaged in fierce combat. The French also employed well-timed maneuvers to neutralize the English archers, whose long-range effectiveness was neutralized in the close-quarters fighting. The French inflicted significant losses on the Montfort forces, and Sir Robert de Clifford was captured, a critical blow to the English-backed faction. The Montforts were forced to retreat, and the victory helped solidify du Guesclin's reputation as a capable and effective military commander. Significance and legacy. The Battle of Cocherel was a turning point in the Breton War of Succession and the broader 100 Years' War. 1. A victory for France. The French victory at Cocherel was an important step towards stabilizing French control over Brittany and undermining English influence in the region. Du Guesclin's leadership and tactical expertise played a crucial role in shifting the balance of power back in France's favor. 2. Du Guesclin's rise to prominence. The victory at Cocherel elevated Bertrand du Guesclin to national prominence. His success in battle earned him the respect of King Charles V of France, who soon made him Constable of France. Du Guesclin became one of France's most celebrated commanders, known for his strategy, tenacity, and leadership skills. He would go on to play a key role in future campaigns to expel the English from French territories. 3. Impact on the Breton War of Succession. The Battle of Cocherel did not immediately end the Breton War of Succession, but it was a major blow to the English-backed Montfort faction. Du Guesclin's victory, coupled with his subsequent military campaigns, ultimately led to the Treaty of Guesclin 1365, which recognized John de Montfort as the Duke of Brittany, but placed the duchy under the suzerainty of the French crown. 4. Psychological impact on English forces. The defeat at Cocherel, along with other setbacks in the war, undermined English morale. The English had been experiencing a series of military reversals, and du Guesclin's victory further emphasized the challenges they would face in maintaining control over French territory. Conclusion. The Battle of Cocherel 1364 was a key moment in the 100 Years' War, both in terms of its immediate impact on the Breton War of Succession and its long-term consequences for the broader conflict. The victory solidified Bertrand du Guesclin's reputation as one of France's greatest military leaders and dealt a significant blow to English ambitions in France. It also marked a shift in the war, as France began to regain the initiative, setting the stage for the later successes in the conflict that would eventually lead to the expulsion of the English from most of France.